you ever have that life moment where you thought to yourself, man, how did I get here? Maybe you went to the Stadium Series game a couple years ago. Maybe you were that person that got yourself Taylor Swift tickets in Europe and you thought, man, this is amazing. How did I make this moment happen? It's Kyle and Bryan and Sarah on Mix 101.5. Sarah and I had that moment last night. And all credit goes towards the relationship that we have as a station with Duke Children's. Every year they have this fundraiser where you can donate money and go to a Duke basketball closed practice. It's always quite the night, and much love and big thanks to Emily behind the scenes who made that happen with Duke Children's, but also making it happen with Sarah. And I was so happy to see your brother and nephew last night because I know for you it was a very special moment being able to be in that environment last night.
Absolutely.
Sarah.
So if you're from North Carolina, grew up here and your parents grew up here, you have an allegiance to a team. And Duke is our family's team. And it's just a part of who we are as a family, right?
Well, it makes sense. You grew up in Carolina Beach.
Yeah. And, well, my stepfather went to Duke, and he raised us as Duke fans. And my brother is the biggest Duke fan in the world. And so we were able to get my nephew, who has had a very, very, very rough year, and so is everybody in our family because he got diagnosed with a extremely rare chromosomal disease that he and his sister both have. So it's just been the toughest year. And I talked to Emily and was like, is there any way we can get my nephew, because he doesn't go to Duke Children's. He goes to Chopped in Philadelphia. And she was like, oh, absolutely. So last night, my nephew, who, is a burgeoning, massive Duke fan, he's growing up in the culture, got to go and meet all the new players. And my brother was crying because he was just so excited to see him. And I was crying because my brother was crying. And, Harrison's just so sweet. And it was a really, really special night. And I got a text this morning when I woke up because they drove all the way from Huntersville, which is a 3-hour drive to make this game.
It's on the other side of Charlotte, right?
Yeah, so it was a long haul for them. And my brother texted me this morning and he said, thank you so much for making that happen for us. Harrison said it was the happiest night of his life.
Aww.
And I was like, oh, that's so awesome.
That's all you want as an anti-boom boom.
It is. And given the year that he's had and the journey he has in front of him, I hope I can make as many happy nights for him as possible.
Why don't you give him the best week ever? Sabrina Carpenter's going to be in town on Saturday. He probably wouldn't mind going
front
to
row
see
tickets for Sabrina.
That.
You're probably right.
Do you have another email you can send?
That probably was like 13, 12. How old
He's
is he?
12.
Oh, yeah. He would have the greatest I've ever seen.
Perfect
Sabrina.
timing.
He did get asked out, though. This is hilarious. He'd kill me if he heard me tell you this. But someone asked for his number at school.
Nice.
Yeah, okay, buddy.
He's in 6th grade.
Uh-huh.
And he was walking out of school, and this girl looks like at him and says, hey, what's cooking good looking? And asked for his number.
Okay,
My brother's
Harrison.
like, you're not ready for fast women yet, Harrison.
Not yet.
Fast women.
I will say, you get him front row to Sabrina as a 12-year-old boy, then that best night ever at Cameron Indoor Stadium last night turns into the greatest week of all time for your nephew. But I just wanted to give you love, Sarah, because you made that happen behind the scenes. And to be able to see you and to hear some of the stories that you shared about your brother and nephew, and to see them in that moment, enjoying it with the players who are also so gracious and kind with their time. It was very cool for me to be just kind of the person in the room seeing all that,
Thank you. Yeah. And it used to be just really big donors could go to this. And I love that they've opened it up to people who wasn't it
make it more obtainable.
Yeah,
yes.
It was like you gave over 100. You could basically come and see this practice. So I'm sure that's going to be the case going forward. So if you've got someone special in your life who needs a happiest night of their life, pay attention to Duke Children's.
We're doing this. Text Duke Kids to 50555.
Not yet. We're warming up.
I guess we're doing this now. It's
Bryan,
October 16th.
What are you doing? 5-1. Oh. 5. How many times do we have to say it over the last 9 years?
He'll get it burned in his brain soon.
Either way.
It was great.
To Emily
Thank you.
Duke Children's and to the Duke basketball team for hosting probably 500 people last night. It was a tremendous night. Thank you for being so gracious with your time to make everybody's night, because I feel like all of us kind of turned into 10-year-olds once we got on the court. And also much love to Harper and the Duke Children's ambassadors, which that was what the night was all about, celebrating them and their own personal accomplishments and things that they have overcome.
And the players made them feel like superstars. It was so good.
Text Duke Kids to 5-1. No.
Right
it's
now.
coming.
It's Kyle, Bryan,
We're in a
and Sarah
matching hour.
on Mix.